the 5,000 naira note is there for those who need it. I'm coming, please. It's not for everybody. For those who need it, one, when you produce a 5,000 naira note, the cost is cheaper, relatively. For those who transact in large volumes, they will need it. It is for them. For those who did not need it, we have the coins. We have the 1,000 naira note. We have the 100 naira note, 500, 200. So everybody's need is met. We have 12 denominations. The structure is now 12. 6 coins. So it's a lot better for everybody. So everybody's need is met. And I don't want people to begin to say, look, if you are not supposed to deal at the 5,000 naira end, you find your level and work there. But it's a much better payment structure.
That's why when you talk, you allow people to also talk. This argument you are saying is you will not decide where somebody who has a 5,000 naira bill will go and spend it. I can have a 5,000 naira bill, and that is what I will use to enter a downfall. Will you say because I have a 5,000 naira bill, then my place of interaction, transaction, and spending will be different? It is the interplay of this confusion that will trigger the inflation. And that's what we are talking. Okay, if I have a 5,000 naira bill, I can go to where the proposed seller is.
Can I ask you a question?
I beg your pardon, Mr. Okoroafor, we have a caller on the line. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good morning. Yeah,
I
have a contribution to make on this. This CBN policy about cashless economy is okay, it's fine, it's good. I don't know why they are not driving it so much. It has kicked off in Lagos. Yes, fine, we're all applauding it. Then they are coming out with higher denomination. Higher denomination of our bills will lead to inflation. Also, we are citizens that believe in convenience. We don't have time to look for change. It will increase the prices of goods. It will lead to inflation. Carrying of coins in Nigeria, we don't have that culture. We love dollars so much. Have you ever seen any Nigerian carrying cents? We don't. If you ask the man beside you there from CBN, does he carry coins? Can he carry coins? He cannot, of course. Even the vending machines he's talking about, these vending machines can be configured to accept notes. We have ATM machines that accept notes, that you can deposit notes. Why can't it? What do we need coins for? These things will lead to inflation. These are the problems we are having. We have serious issues. Why don't you focus on this cashless economy? Use it to fight crime. That is what we want. All these deviations here and there, we are not heading anywhere. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, also, there are a number of people who are tweeting here, and they're saying, this gentleman, Sheyi Edward, is just saying, I must confess, the corporate affairs director or corporate communications director, your argument is not tenable. The new proposed con will soon disappear, he says. And then Bio Patrick says, since I came to Port Harcourt, I've never seen a coin. You can confirm. And a number of other people, it's all focusing on the fact that once you have new bills, that's going to be the old bills being turned into coins, they're going to disappear and they become something that people just don't use anymore. And we will continue to go up and up and up. Where do we stop? Can you look at the issue of coins? Yeah. What can we do in terms of public enlightenment and helping?
It's interesting. From everything, it's clear that Nigeria is the only major country that doesn't use coins. It's not a central bank. It's not the central bank that has caused it. It's just that over time, Nigerians have not been using coins.
The research division of central bank should do something about it.
That's where I'm coming to. We looked at it and we discovered that, look, for you to use coins, you have to have various denominations. Before now, remember that there was a time we used to have naira and dollar in parity. 1 naira being equal to $1. And this thing moved to 100 and something. It was at some point 180 something, some years, but then it came down to 118, 112. Now it's about 157. So you can see the change that has taken place. Now, when you talk about people not using coins, you can see how coins have lost value over time and within in a relatively short time. What we've decided to do based on the research and the stakeholders forum that we had was to say, hey, let us increase the denomination of coins. That's why we are going to have coins up to 20 naira. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you have it up to 20 naira, and not before now we had 2 naira. Now we are increasing 10 times. So, and we are going to move ahead with promotion to make sure that Nigerians use coins. We are going to encourage traders to have vending machines. People are going to ask for change. People are going to get change. In fact, sometimes you go abroad, something is sold to you for $1.99, and you get 1 cent.
Yes.
So they give you 99 pence.
With due respect, sir.
We'll have to close
now.
We'll have to round up. So we'll let Balatu.
With due respect to CBN, any generation, any country that wants to grow must be futuristic in its planning and generational in its inventions. The research department of CBN, I'm sorry to say, needs to go back, look at something that it needs to practice in a test environment before bringing it to the live environment. And what CBN wants to present now, if it has actually been discussed with stakeholders and has been simulated in a test environment, it will have failed. So we shouldn't consider bringing it to a live environment. That is bringing it into fruity.
Okay,
please.
So should we take that as your final word?
Yes.
And just as you're thinking of your final word, somebody said this, it could be a joke, it could be serious, but there's a gentleman here, George Okusanya, who's saying, please ask Mr. Okoroafor how he expects Nigerian policemen to cope with 20 naira coins. How do you expect the police to cope with 20 naira coins? Your final word on that.
Well, it should be part of, I mean, you can use it as salary. I mean, the 20 naira coin, seriously speaking, really. Now, let me tell you, the new notes, when you talk about research, let me tell you what we've achieved.
Mr. Okoroafor, this is your final word.
It is.
Okay.
One thing is that we have taken control of the patent. Before now, we used to pay a lot of money. Anytime you wanted to produce, you would pay money for those who had the patent to some of the currency, the designs and all that. We've taken control of that. That will help us reduce the cost of production.
You will have done that when moving from $200 to $1,000.
We are saying this is the first time we are reviewing everything. We are reviewing and then we've taken control of our patent. We now own this patent, and we don't have to be paying anybody for trademark rights or royalties and all that. That's one. That cost will go to the taxpayer. Secondly, we are instituting in this new currency a mark for the visually impaired, so that they can touch and know what the currency is. It's something that has just happened.
You can do that on 100 naira bills and 1,000.
No. And then, please,
this argument won't flow.
Please,
sorry, we cannot
then
this rate.
Because I allowed him to make his final statement. If you can allow me. And then the other one is, please, I think you have to look at this in the context of the overall modernization program that we have. We are changing our payment system. We want to make sure that it is modern. We have said we want to be one of the world's 20 largest economies. We are creating a financial system that will help us meet that. And what we are doing is we are modernizing these things. We are creating a cashless environment.
It has nothing to do with denomination sizes.
He's closing down, Bala.
You said your final word. Yes.
So
final word, one sentence now because we have to go.
We are modernizing. The central bank is doing everything in its power to ensure that we give Nigerians a payment system, a currency structure that is world class. And
thank you very much.
These are all part of it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Just before you wrap up finally, let me quickly take some of the points that's being raised. Dr. Eniola says, I'm so sad and crying watching CBN defend 5,000 naira note this way. Hope Ojukwu says, it is obvious CBN have not done their homework. This idea is for a developed country and we're still far from it. Another one very quickly, Nonye Abel Laz says, in brief, I think the whole thing is about Sanusi leaving a legacy as CBN governor. All what Mr. Okoroafor is saying. Well, those are the few ones we can take. Please keep tweeting at us.
And at this point, we need to say thank you very much to the Director of Corporate Communications at the Central Bank, Mr. Ugochukwu Okoroafor. Thank you. As well as Mr. Bala Zaka, who is a chartered accountant. It's a pity that The public were not really on your side today, Mr. Okoroafor, but it doesn't matter. The CBN has to do its job.
Well, it has to start this way, but I mean, it's in there. It's all for the benefit of Nigeria.
But
I can assure you, that's where we're moving.
But
this economy is getting better every day.
But
we're modernizing.
Happily, most of those who called in say that the cashless is catching on, and it seems to be the way to go.
Sure.
Good.
Sure.
Thank you very much for coming, gentlemen.
And thank you for having us.
Sunrise will return in just a moment. Please stay with us.